It is unfortunate. We have to counter that, and it's up to you, up to me, and everyone else in this room to do so. I know, and your leadership knows, that there's a heck of a lot that goes right within the department, within our facilities, in the field, day after day after day. There's a lot that's going right. I've witnessed it here, and I've witnessed it in Massachusetts, where I also ran a 1,000-bed medium and minimum security facility as the medical director. What I saw there and what I see here were incredible and are incredible acts of kindness, acts of firmness and resolution from officers who expect nothing less and should expect just what you will, and that is that inmates, those under our care, perform in their very best manner as well, that they behave in a pro-social manner. I have seen the mentoring, the support, the leadership, the dedication on the parts of COs. I've seen it many, many times. And you're not guards, by the way. You're correctional officers. And don't you let anyone say anything other than that. I correct people all the time, and I'll continue to do that. I have listened as inmates tell me about their favorite officers. And you know, rarely is it the one who's really kind of blatantly cruel and negative. They tell me about the officers who are not necessarily kind and give them everything they want. They tell me positive things about the officers who sometimes say to them, get your butt out the bed and get going, get to work, get something out of the day. Don't just lie there. This is not going to be the rest of your life. You need to get going. And you know what? Inmates like to hear that. They need the support, they need the encouragement. Sometimes they need a little bit more. They talk about the correctional officer who came by to see them perhaps when they were in the hospital. They weren't on duty. They just came by to say hi, how you doing? They talk about the officer who maybe called a mom, a sister, a dad to let them know how they were doing. They talk about the officer who says good morning and good night. They talk about the officer who, despite the individual's crime, and you know some of the crimes are pretty horrendous, the sexual predators, the thieves, the rapist. They talk about those officers who, despite their crimes, still treat them with respect and dignity. I have read the unusual incident reports, the UIRs. Sometimes we call them unusually interesting reports. Jen Sprafke used to send them to me in droves every morning. I kind of miss those. I know of the situations that you all are placed in every single day, day after day. I know that sometimes you face threats. I know that sometimes people say ugly things about your family members, and they don't even know them. They just do it to get to you. I know for a fact that sometimes you walk in puddles of urine, that you sometimes walk through worse than that you sometimes walk into cells where excrement has been purposefully left for you by some angry inmate. You risk your lives daily. As we all know, and as the commissioner said, a unit can go from 0 to 60 in a matter of seconds. We can go from standing and talking quietly to sheer mayhem. When that happens, and I'm in a facility, I always feel confident that the highly trained, duty-bound, brave correctional officers, males and females, will take care of things in short order, and they will take care of them in a professional, expedient manner. I count on that. So, earlier I mentioned that I got a little bit angry, I got disappointed, and I left the department. However, I didn't leave so that I could stew in my anger, but so that I could use my anger to fuel my activism, so that I could use my anger to get me motivated to do something about the things that I have seen that just aren't right. I plan to attend legislative sessions as citizen Burroughs-Biron, not as state employee Burroughs-Biron. I plan to attend as taxpayer Burroughs-Biron, watcher of the watchers. I plan to call those folks up the hill and all around to task when they are wrong about corrections, when they are wrong about you, when they are wrong about central office, when they are wrong about the facility and the field. I am going to be busy. That's why I'm only working 3 10-hour days instead of 5 10-hour days. I want to let them know when they are misinforming the public. I want the public to know when they are being misinformed about corrections. And yes, I want to ask the questions that I think need to be asked. I want to ask the judges who send mentally ill people to corrections so that we can fix them. Why? Why are you sending them to corrections? I want to ask the advocates for the mentally ill why they don't talk to the judges and ask them why they don't stop this ridiculous practice. I want to know why everyone is not doing their level best to support the Department of Corrections. I am planning to do this as often as I can. I am planning to look out for your best interest and the interest of the other citizens of the state of Vermont, those who are sick and very vulnerable, those who get sent to our prisons sometimes for no good reason other than the fact that they are sick and vulnerable. I have questions, and I need answers, and so do you. Who are you, by the way? You who have chosen to take this awesome challenge of becoming correctional officers and to take care of some of the most poorly behaved individuals in the state of Vermont and sometimes beyond. Well, I asked for some information on the 109th class of the Vermont Correctional Academy, and I got some from Bill Cathcart. He wrote that your mean age is 26.8, your age range is 19 to 56 years, hopefully I'm not telling on anyone, that you are 65% male and 35% female. 54% of you were actually born in Vermont, but there are people who have come from South Korea and Germany. That 70% of you are single. 24% are married. Few may be divorced or separated. 24%, a quarter of you almost, have children. They range from 1 year to 30 years of age. You've been very busy. You're impressive. 50% of you, or the original entering class, which was 27 in number, attended some level of post-high school education. 7 of the trainees had some post-secondary education. 7 of them had college, and 5 obtained college degrees. You've got certifications in tactics, CPR, cold water rescue, part-time police academy, LNA, scuba diving, medical field, small engine repair. We could leave you on an island and you'd do very well, apparently. You have military experience of all kinds. Almost every department, just about, every branch is represented. You've had some great employment histories. You have some short-term goals of becoming permanent COs. You have long-term goals to buy homes, get married, join the state police, get promoted, become an RN, training coordinators. You have overcome some challenges, indeed. The deaths of friends, broken homes, leaving homes, anxiety disorders. You've owned businesses. You've lost employment. You've had sick children. Either you or your family members have suffered cancer. You've made transitions, and I see very successfully, to civilian life, some of you. You want to be correctional officers because you want to help, or you want law enforcement careers. You like helping people. You might have family in corrections. You like the notion that there is career advancement. You, too, can become the commissioner.